Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and today I'm sharing my latest make with you, which is Simplicity 9894, a beautiful flared skirt pattern in this gorgeous floral fabric. Let's get started. So the idea for this skirt came about for a couple of reasons. Firstly, for the first time in my life, I've been sewing a little bit ahead for the next season. I sort of really struggled over the summer to sew much. I ended up buying a few dresses, which is fine, but I do prefer to make, lots of things for my wardrobe if I can. I don't have a high churn of clothes. I've got lots of things in my wardrobe that I've had for years and years, but there definitely are some gaps that need filling, and I thought I'm really determined to get ahead, get some stuff sewn for autumn and to sew some things that I'm going to wear every day. And I started thinking about that trap that I've talked to you about. Those of you who've watched the channel for years, you'll have heard me say a million times, in the autumn and the winter, I constantly reach for my jeans and I get really, really bored of them. I wear loads of dresses in the summer, and I love wearing dresses in the summer, but in the winter, coming to work, I find it quite hard to sort of style them so that I'm warm. And yeah, I will still wear dresses in the winter, and I'm still going to make some nice dresses for winter. I've got some ideas about those too. But I suddenly thought, actually, I think if I made a maxi or a midi length skirt, wore that with boots, sorry, not jeans, and then wore like a knitted warm jumper on the top half, I think I would wear that a lot because it feels really comfortable. I feel comfortable in it. It's warm. So I started looking on Pinterest and I came across loads and loads of inspiration for long skirts, chunky knits, boots, and I thought, yeah, I can definitely recreate that look. So that was my inspiration. So many lovely images of those sorts of ideas on Pinterest, as I say. And yeah, also just this fabric. I mean, this fabric I absolutely adored. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to make something with it. I just think it's so beautiful. So you can make the pattern comes with a long and a short skirt. I've made the longer version. It's got 2 seams down the front and then 2 seams down the back. It's got a waistband which is fastened with an invisible zip on the right hand side rather. It's nice and flared. I'm 5'6" and it comes to it's a midi length. It comes to like a couple of inches above my ankle, I would say. But you could always lengthen it if you wanted it longer or vice versa. But yeah, it was a really simple, easy sew. You also get like a little bralette pattern included with it, which I wouldn't make, but I just really like the shape of the skirt and I thought it would do exactly what I wanted it to. And I just feel really comfortable in it. I'm absolutely delighted with this gorgeous, glorious fabric. I just love the colours in it. I think it's so pretty. And then I've already got this jumper in my wardrobe, and it kind of matches one of the dark maroony colours that are in this sort of multicoloured floral prints. That was perfect. And then I've got some ankle boots on, just some tan coloured Chelsea boots. And then I've got like an oatmeal wool coat, like a long wool coat that I would wear over the top if I needed to wear a coat with it. The other thing you could do is style it with like a leather jacket or a denim jacket, but I just love the look. I feel like it looks casual, it looks warm, it feels comfortable. It's all the things I need it to be, and I think I will wear this an awful lot in the autumn. So that's the pattern and the fabric. The pattern comes in sizes up to a 28, which is a 44 waist and a 52 hip. And then you've got cup sizes for the little bralette. If anybody wanted to make the bralette, it runs from a B to a double D cup. So all the details are on our website, the size charts and everything. So if you check out the links in the description below, you'll be able to buy the pattern and the fabric there. I did order extra of the fabric in because I thought this is such a beauty. I think it's going to fly off the shelves. And yeah, that was it really. It was a very simple project. In terms of sizing, I I should be a size 16 really. I'm sort of between a 14 and a 16. I've got a 29-inch waist and the 14s are 28 and the 16s are 30. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the 16 out and I'll see how it fits, and then I can always size down if I need to. And I don't really know what made me do that. I think it's because, I mean, I've been making a 14, I make a 12 on the top, a 14 on the bottom, and I've done that with commercial patterns for as long as I can remember. But I think maybe in an indie pattern recently, I got a little bit caught out because I hadn't taken my measurements, and I thought maybe I am bigger than I used to be. Maybe I need to be a bit more careful and check the measurements. So I think that's what put that idea in my head. So I cut out the 16 and it was way too big for me. There was a lot of ease built into this pattern, but it was really easy to size down because there's all those seams on the skirt. All I did was I just, you know, increase the seam allowance sort of thing and made the skirt smaller that way. I think I had to take about, I can't remember how many inches off it was, but it was a lot. But like I say, when it's a skirt like this and it's very simple, you know, I was able to just try the waistband on, mark where I wanted that to finish, and then work out, like for the skirt, so that would fit, work out how much I needed to take off the skirt. I just, once I'd made the waistband the size I wanted it to be, I then didn't attach it, but I measured that round the skirt that I hadn't altered, and then I could see how much excess was left at the end of the skirt, if you know what I mean. So I made the waistband smaller to fit me. I'd sewn the size 16 skirt together. I think I just tacked it so I could easily unrip it if I needed to, but I didn't actually need to because I was making it smaller. So yeah, I made the waistband to my size, the skirt was in the bigger size, and then I just took the waistband. I didn't worry about like matching up any of the seams or anything because obviously they weren't going to match, but I just took the waistband and pinned it to the skirt waist, and then I could see how much excess fabric was left at that end that I needed to reduce the overall size of the skirt by. Obviously you can't just cut that end piece because then it'll be all out of proportion. You'd have a really small panel at one end and then much bigger panels all the rest of the way down. So you have to take it off each seam allowance. But I was able to just measure that, then do a calculation, just divide it by 5 or however many seams there were. And that told me how much I needed to reduce each seam by. So then I did that, I just sewed that on my sewing machine, and then I just used my overlocker to cut the excess fabric off. It's a really quick and easy way to adjust patterns and fit as you sew that I use sometimes. And yeah, it all came together really well. I think I made it in an afternoon, or I definitely made it in a day, like on a Saturday I think it was. Didn't take long at all. It's very simple construction. All you've got to do is sew your panels together. So your waistband is just in 2 pieces, so you just sew one side of that together, and then you sew your waistband to the skirt, and then on one side you insert your zip, and the instructions were good. It was easy to follow. I used my invisible zip tutorial because I always like to use that method. If you haven't seen that, I'll try and remember to put a link below for you, but it's on the channel. Do check it out because it's a real sort of foolproof way of sewing an invisible zip and not getting a bubble at the end of it, getting it really nice and neat. And I think that was it really. Yeah, the construction was dead simple. I've told you how I adjusted it. I love the fabric. I definitely think I'm going to wear it an awful lot through the autumn winter. I'll give you one last twirl, and I think I'll probably make more of these as well because it was such a quick, simple, easy sew. And it does feel great with my little ankle boots and my knitted jumper. I definitely think I'll be wearing it a lot. So yeah, I hope you like it too. I'd love to hear what you think. Tell me in the comments. Tell me what are your plans for your autumn sewing. Do you struggle with the jeans sort of addiction as well that I do? I'd love to hear from you. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.